Hello, welcome to this presentation about relationships education at Newlands Primary School. I've put together an overview for parents to explain what it is and how we teach it. So, relationships education. The requirement to teach relationships education comes from this document here. It's statutory guidance. That is guidance that we are required to teach in schools. You'll notice that the document is entitled Relationships Education, Relationships and Sex Education, and Health Education. Sex education is part of the Key Stage 3 and Key Stage 4, which is the secondary requirement. So, although the whole document is described in this way, what we're really interested in primary schools is teaching children to build good relationships and be healthy. So, throughout this presentation, I will be describing relationships education. So, in a nutshell, the document, the guidance, is it's been drawn up to help schools to teach children about relationships. And this is from the guidance. It says that relationships is the fundamental building blocks and characteristic of positive relationships. That's what we want to teach the children. We want to teach them friendship, family relationships, relationships with other children, and how to get along with other adults. So basically, our relationships education is around teaching children to be confident when building relationships with other people. So the aims are to help the pupils in school to develop self-respect, self-confidence and empathy so that they've got respect for themselves, they're confident enough to build new relationships and they have the empathy needed. And that will develop the ability to make good relationships. In addition, relationships education is about teaching children how to keep themselves safe and healthy. So what does that mean for our children? Well, it's about helping the children to understand how to have healthy relationships, how to keep their bodies healthy, how to keep their minds healthy, and how to lead healthy lifestyles. And that's not just for now, but for as they grow up into adults. And we can help the children to understand how to build healthy relationships, bodies, minds, and lifestyles that we hope they would maintain right into adulthood. What it's not about, and you might have seen a lot about this on the news in prior to our global pandemic. What it's not about is sex education. We don't teach sex education in primary schools, and it's certainly not about the promotion of sexual activity. There is no curriculum guidance in any school about the promotion of sexual activity. So, for us, relationships education is about helping children to build healthy and secure relationships and to develop healthy lifestyles. In the document, relationships education is described under these 5 themes: families and people who care for me, caring friendships, respectful relationships, online relationships, and being safe. Now, for us, that last one, being safe, is really important, and you'll see later on how we have quite a strong emphasis on helping the children to make good choices to be safe. So the document guidance is quite clear about the sorts of things that we need to be teaching the children. So what we've done in school is we've split those things up into what is most relevant for children at different ages. So for example, in Key Stage 1, children would find out about families and the importance of being in a really lovely family. It gives them security, love and stability. In year 6, for example, children might find out about families that are made in different ways, different types of families, families where maybe the grown ups are grandparents, or families maybe where the children spend time in different houses. So you can see there's quite a progression there from families that are keeping us safe and stable to looking at the wide range of family dynamics that there are in the children's lives and in the world in general. So each of the themes has been divided up for the children over the years. Now, the document for being safe, what we've done primarily is the aspects of being safe are so important to our children that we split it up so that there's a lot of overlearning. We cover it in lots of different ways so that the children can really understand what they need to do to keep themselves safe. This document will be available on our website, so if you want to look at it in more detail, it will be available there for you to look at. So, how do we teach relationships education? Well, we do it throughout the year. We don't do it as a scheme. We haven't brought in a scheme for the children to follow. We do it as part of the school culture throughout the year. So that will be in lesson time, linked with maybe RE or online safety, or even the topics that the children have been studying. So, for example, in year 5, 6, one of our topics is all about the heart and looking after the heart, which would be part of our relationships education. We teach it through assemblies, we teach it through the novels that we choose to read with the children. We also teach it around our yearly theme. So each year we have a different theme, and these have been the themes so far. We've looked at kindness, we've looked at peace and respect, and this year we thought it really important to look at bravery. And each of those yearly themes helps the children with their relationships education. We also teach relationships education by having a focus for each term. So, for example, for this term, our focus is around families. And we have theme weeks as part of our PSHE. So, for our theme week this year, we're looking at the Week of Respect. And the Week of Respect always takes place in November, and it covers remembrance and it covers anti bullying. Again, all aspects of relationships education. Who teaches it? Well, we think it's really important in school that relationships education is primarily taught by class teachers in classrooms so that the children have that good, strong relationship, an open and honest relationship with their teacher, and they can really discuss and look in more depth at some of the issues around relationships education. Senior leaders get involved in teaching relationships education through assemblies, and also, where necessary, we might bring in specialists to help us. So, if we were particularly doing something on being safe when we're playing out, then a PCSO might come in to help us. If we were in year 6 and we were looking at puberty, then the school nurses might come in to help us. Futures in Mind might come in to help us if we're looking at developing resilience or dealing with anxiety. So we are happy for specialists to come in and help us with our relationships education curriculum, but we think it's really important that primarily the person teaching that curriculum to the children is the class teacher. Further information about relationships education at Newlands Primary School can be found on our website, where you'll find the relationships education policy and the skills progression that I showed you earlier. If you've got any questions or you've got any comments that you want to make, you can, of course, talk to your child's teacher in the first instance. However, if you want to make them directly to me, then that's absolutely fine. You can contact me directly through the school, or if you put an observation on your child's tapestry account, I'll be able to pick that up and respond to you in that manner. So I'm hoping that that brief overview has given you an understanding of relationships education in school and how and why we teach it. Again, if you want to contact me or talk to me about anything in this, then please do so. I'd be happy to speak to you.